In a galaxy torn by conflict, an alternate history unfolds in the shadows of Revenge of the Sith. Imagine a world where Anakin Skywalker takes a different path, challenging the might of the Sith Lord Sheev Palpatine.
Be careful, the Jedi, Anakin. Only through me can you achieve a power greater than any Jedi. Learn to know the dark side of the Force, and you will be able to save your wife from certain death.
What did you say?
Use my knowledge, I beg you.
As Palpatine reveals his true identity as a Sith Lord to Anakin, the atmosphere becomes charged with uncertainty. The room is adorned with opulent decorations reflecting the deceptive elegance of Palpatine's public persona. Anakin, stunned by the revelation, feels a surge of conflicting emotions. With his lightsaber in hand, he ignites the vibrant blue blade, casting a shimmering glow across his face. The flickering lights amplify the intensity of the moment, highlighting Anakin's internal struggle. Taking a decisive step forward, Anakin boldly confronts Palpatine, his voice tinged with determination and disbelief. The weight of his loyalty to the Jedi Order and the Republic rests heavily on his shoulders as he speaks the words,
"In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you are under arrest, Chancellor."
Palpatine, his sinister facade momentarily shattered, unleashes a wave of anger and frustration. His piercing eyes narrow, reflecting the darkness that lurks within. A ripple of power courses through the room as he channels the Force, pushing Anakin back with an unseen energy. Seizing the opportunity, Palpatine capitalizes on Anakin's emotional vulnerability. He taunts the young Jedi, threatening the life of Padme Amidala, Anakin's beloved wife. The flicker of anger in Anakin's eyes transforms into a blazing inferno. Anakin, fueled by rage and fear, lunges forward with unparalleled ferocity. Each swing of his lightsaber is filled with a potent mix of skill and uncontrolled fury, seeking to overpower Palpatine and protect the ones he holds dear. Palpatine, however, has meticulously orchestrated this encounter, exploiting Anakin's lack of control. He uses his mastery of the dark side to sidestep Anakin's attacks with calculated precision. His movements are measured and deliberate, portraying the depth of his experience as a Sith Lord. As the duel unfolds, the clash of lightsabers echoes through the chamber, resonating with the weight of destiny. The room is bathed in the dynamic interplay of blue and red, signifying the struggle between the light and dark sides of the Force. Despite Anakin's tenacity, Palpatine's cunning and manipulative nature allows him to gain the upper hand, using Anakin's own raw power against him. Palpatine exploits his lack of control, deflecting his strikes with ease and delivering precise counterattacks. The battle rages on, each moment fraught with suspense. The stakes are high as the destiny of the galaxy hangs in the balance. Anakin's desperate attempt to turn the tide is met with Palpatine's calculated defense, creating a mesmerizing display of skill and power. As Anakin launches a ferocious attack, Palpatine counters with his own swift and precise movements, easily dodging and deflecting Anakin's strikes. The Sith Lord's movements were fueled by a calm and calculated demeanor, while Anakin's are fueled by his rage and impulsiveness. As the two combatants circle each other, Palpatine begins to wear down Anakin, exploiting his lack of control over his immense power. In a moment of weakness, Palpatine unleashes a burst of dark energy that sends Anakin flying across the room, his lightsaber clattering to the ground. Anakin lands hard, his body racked with pain as he struggles to rise. Palpatine approaches him, a look of cold triumph etched on his face.
Good. Your anger makes you strong, but it also blinds you to the truth. You are not yet ready to face the power of the dark side.
With a flick of his wrist, Palpatine knocks Anakin unconscious, leaving him lying on the floor, defeated and vulnerable. The Sith Lord approaches him, savoring his victory.
Now we can begin your training in earnest. Together we will unlock the true power of the dark side and reshape the galaxy to our will.
Anakin awakens in an unfamiliar place, deep within Palpatine's hidden lair in the industrial sector of Coruscant. Here, the Sith Lord intends to reshape the fallen Jedi to his will. Sensing their comrades' anguish, 4 Jedi Masters embark on a perilous mission to find and rescue Anakin, unaware of the profound transformation he is undergoing. As the Jedi enter the lair, they encounter a hooded figure standing beside an unrecognizable Anakin. The air is thick with tension and anticipation. As the 4 Jedi Masters ignite their lightsabers, the air crackles with tension and anticipation. Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Agen Kolar, and Saesee Tiin stand resolute, their blades casting an ethereal glow in the dimly lit lair. Palpatine, ever the master manipulator, smirks knowingly, while Anakin, his eyes now glowing with a yellow hue, stands at his side, ready to unleash his newfound power. The clash begins with a whirlwind of motion and flashing lightsabers. Palpatine's swift and agile movements prove to be a formidable challenge for the Jedi Masters, who are pushed to their limits to keep up with the Sith Lord's deadly precision. Mace Windu, known for his mastery of the pod, engages in a fierce duel with Palpatine, their blades intertwining in a deadly dance. Each strike is met with equal ferocity as Windu taps into the darkness within himself to match the Sith Lord's power. Kit Fisto, known for his aquatic grace, faces off against Palpatine with unwavering determination. Despite his skill and agility, Fisto struggles to anticipate the Sith Lord's unpredictable attacks, his green blade barely able to hold his own against Palpatine's relentless assault. Agen Kolar and Saesee Tiin fight as a team, their synchronized movements demonstrating their deep connection as Jedi comrades. They engage Anakin with a combination of Gemso and Ataru, aiming to exploit any weaknesses in his still developing technique. However, Anakin's raw power and the dark side coursing through him gave him an edge, and he fights back with unbridled strength. The battle rages on, lightsabers clashing and the Force crackling in the air. Each Jedi Master unleashes their most powerful techniques, tapping into their years of training and experience. Yet with every passing moment, it becomes increasingly clear that the combined might of Palpatine and Anakin is overwhelming. One by one, the Jedi Masters begin to falter. Saesee Tiin, his defenses worn thin, succumbs to Anakin's relentless onslaught, his green lightsaber falling from his grasp. Agen Kolar fights valiantly, but his fatigue and the weight of the dark side working against him leaves him vulnerable, and he too falls before Anakin's deadly strikes. Mace Windu, recognizing the dire situation, channels his inner strength, drawing upon the force of his convictions. He presses his attack against Palpatine, his blade dancing with a furious resolve. The force swirls around him, creating a tempest of energy. But Palpatine, fueled by the dark side, proves to be a formidable opponent. With a swift motion, he repels Windu's final strike, disarming him and sending him hurtling backward. As Windu struggles to regain his footing, his body throbbing in pain, he locks eyes with Palpatine. The Sith Lord's malevolent grin widens, a chilling realization dawning on Windu. In one swift, devastating motion, Palpatine channels the full might of the dark side, unleashing a torrent of force lightning that engulfs Windu. The Jedi Master's body convulses with pain as he is overwhelmed by the sheer power of the Sith Lord. Windu's lightsaber clatters to the ground, his body going limp as Palpatine ends his onslaught. Palpatine stands over him, triumph and malice gleaming in his eyes. With the Jedi Masters defeated, Palpatine turns to Anakin, his voice dripping with satisfaction.
You see, my young apprentice, the power of the dark side knows no bounds. Together, we shall reshape the galaxy, bring order to the chaos.
I pledge myself to your teachings.
The Force is strong with you. A powerful Sith you will become. Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader.
The newly crowned Vader marches on the temple with his 501st Legion. Clone troopers once loyal to the Jedi now act as agents of the dark side. They carry out their orders without hesitation, hunting down Jedi Knights and Padawans alike. Amidst the chaos, Darth Vader, donning his black cloak, becomes a menacing figure leading the charge. His steel sapphire blade cuts through anyone who dares to stand in his way. The weight of his actions rests heavily upon him, but he suppresses any flicker of remorse, embracing the darkness that engulfs him. Jedi defenders fight desperately, their blades swirling in elegant arcs as they try to protect the younglings, their teachings, and the legacy of the Jedi Order. Their noble efforts are met with overwhelming force as the sheer numbers and unwavering loyalty of the clone troopers tip the scales in the Sith's favor. The Jedi Temple's once grand halls are filled with the acrid smell of burning debris and the sorrowful cries of fallen Jedi. Lightsaber duels take place in every corner, casting a haunting glow upon the wreckage. The Jedi's valiant resistance is marked by moments of heroism and sacrifice, but ultimately their efforts are in vain. As the operation progresses, the 501st Legion under Vader's command reaches the heart of the temple, where the Jedi Council chambers stand as a final bastion of defense. The remaining Jedi, sensing the encroaching darkness, gather for a final stand against the relentless onslaught. Vader, fueled by the power of the dark side, leads the charge into the council chambers. His lightsaber clashes with those of the remaining Jedi, their blades dancing in a symphony of light and dark. With every strike, he unleashes the full weight of his power, overwhelming his opponents. Though the Jedi fight bravely, one by one they fall before the might of Vader. Their lightsabers extinguish, their bodies crumple to the floor, and the council chambers become a graveyard of lost hopes and shattered destinies. The echoes of Vader's footsteps reverberate through the devastated halls of the Jedi Temple. The once proud symbol of peace and enlightenment now lies in ruin, a chilling testament to the triumph of the dark side. As Vader emerges from the temple, he gazes upon the smoldering wreckage and the lifeless bodies of his fallen comrades. His heart, if it could still feel, would ache with sorrow, but his soul is consumed by the power he now possesses. With the Jedi Order shattered, Darth Vader is born, ready to fulfill his dark destiny. The galaxy trembles as Vader and the 501st Legion unleash devastation upon the remaining Jedi.
You have allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind until now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Don't lecture me, Obi-Wan. I see through the lies of the Jedi. I do not fear the dark side as you do. I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Your new empire?
Don't make me kill you.
Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy!
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
You will try.
Obi-Wan, driven by the remnants of hope, confronts his former apprentice on the volcanic planet of Mustafar. The clash between master and student intensifies, each wielding the Force with mastery. As the fiery lava flows and the air crackles with the raw energy of their clash, Anakin Skywalker, now transformed into Darth Vader, exhibits a newfound strength fueled by his anger and frustration. His blue lightsaber cuts through the air, leaving trails of menace in its wake. Obi-Wan Kenobi, once the master of Anakin, now finds himself pushed to his limits. Despite his mastery of the Force and the graceful movements of his blue lightsaber, he struggles to match the sheer ferocity and determination of his former apprentice. Vader's attacks are relentless and precise, exploiting any opening in Obi-Wan's defense. With every strike, the dark side surges through him, amplifying his strength and fueling his relentless assaults. Obi-Wan fights valiantly, his determination unwavering, but it becomes apparent that he is outmatched. The weight of the guilt and sorrow he carries for failing Anakin burdens him, leaving him vulnerable to his former apprentice's relentless onslaught. In a final powerful strike, Vader delivers a devastating blow that sends Obi-Wan sprawling backwards, his lightsaber slipping from his grasp. As Obi-Wan struggles to regain his footing, he meets the cold, unrelenting gaze of the Sith Lord, realizing his former apprentice has succumbed entirely to the dark side. Before he can reach for his lightsaber, Obi-Wan feels cold, invisible hands grip his throat as he begins to be lifted into the air. Obi-Wan takes one last look at his apprentice, mouthing the words, "I'm sorry," before his neck snaps. With victory achieved, Darth Vader stands as the epitome of the dark side. The light that once flickered within him is now extinguished, leaving behind only the cold, calculated enforcer of the Sith. Padme, the woman he once loved, arrives on the scene, her heart heavy with concern, but Vader, lost to his own darkness, remains indifferent to her presence. Vader now hunts for Yoda, the last bastion of hope for the Jedi. The encounter between the two powerful Force users takes place on the dark swamp world of Dagobah. The atmosphere is thick with tension. The flickering light of fireflies casts eerie light surrounding the two. Vader, adorned in his menacing black robes, strides confidently into the swamp, his crimson lightsaber ignited and ready. Yoda, wise and determined, awaits him with his emerald lightsaber in hand, his small stature contradicting his incredible strength. The clash begins with a series of lightning-fast exchanges. Vader's aggressive and precise strikes are met with Yoda's unparalleled agility as he gracefully evades and counters each attack. The planet shakes with the immense power of the two Force users. Vader's now refined power is unleashed with every swing, his immense strength and command of the dark side giving him an edge, but Yoda's mastery of Form 4 enables him to utilize acrobatics and swift movements to his advantage, dancing around Vader's brutal assault. The duel escalates with both combatants pushing their limits. Vader's relentless pursuit of dominance fuels his attacks, while Yoda taps into the Force, drawing upon his energy to enhance his speed and agility. The clash between their opposing philosophies, Vader's dominance and Yoda's harmony, is embodied in their fighting styles. As the battle intensifies, the surroundings bear witness to their epic struggle. The planet begins to shake and countless trees fall. All the way over on Coruscant, Palpatine can feel the struggle between light and dark, but senses no danger for Vader. Despite Yoda's skill and resilience, the dark side's grip on Vader proves to be a formidable force. The tides turn as Vader's overwhelming strength begins to overpower Yoda's defense. Each strike from the Sith Lord pushes the Jedi Master closer to the brink of defeat. In a final desperate effort, Yoda channels the Force with unwavering focus, summoning his wisdom and connection to all living things. He executes a series of calculated maneuvers aiming to exploit Anakin's vulnerabilities, but Vader's newfound control allows him to anticipate and counter Yoda's moves with ruthless efficiency. Ultimately, Vader's power overwhelms Yoda's resilience. With a devastating strike, Vader incapacitates the Jedi Master, leaving him weakened and defenseless. The echoes of their clash fade, leaving only the heavy silence of Vader's greatest victory. The battle's outcome solidifies Vader's status as the Dark Enforcer of the Sith, forever altered by his choices and consumed by the power he sought. As he stands over the defeated Yoda, a mix of triumph and sorrow tinges his expression, a testament to the complex emotions that lie within him. And so the tale takes a haunting turn. The Jedi's fate sealed, the Sith Lords reign supreme, unopposed in their insatiable thirst for power and eternal existence. Thank you, dear viewers, for joining us on this riveting journey through a galaxy reshaped by one decision. If you enjoyed this thought-provoking twist, don't forget to show your support by liking and sharing this video. And remember, the Force's path is ever-changing, with infinite possibilities waiting to be explored. Until we meet again, may the Force guide you and may your imagination take flight.